Good afternoon, dear students. By the grace of God, hope all are fine and safe. Let Almighty protect all of us from this dangerous virus. On behalf of our Secretary Madam Usha Gangadhar and our beloved Principal Professor Jagdish Sir and our teaching fraternity, I welcome you all for the Day 2 session. I am Sujata Mohan. Will be handling personality development subject for this fourth sem. Okay, fine. Now, in my previous class, I discussed about personality development, their meaning, definition, and also I shared two short moral stories to motivate you all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I even gave you a personality mental ability test. That is, the questions were given, and I asked you all to tick the any one options, right? Hope you all have done that. Are you ready with the options? To know about your personality triads, that is what others feel about you and what is your personality. Well, I will be discussing this at the end of the session. That is in my last slide. Now, let us get into the context, that is part 1, self-awareness. According to Abraham Maslow, he says self-awareness is nothing but what is necessary to change a person is to change his awareness of himself. That is, self-awareness is knowing yourself. Self-awareness is the key to understand oneself, or we can even say that self-awareness is a key to self-knowledge, one's own knowledge, to motivate oneself, to know the characteristics of oneself, and also the ability to understand our own action, that is known as self-awareness. As I told you in my previous class, the personality development is an organized pattern of behavior, attitude that makes a person distinct from others. That is, it makes oneself unique or different from others. It is the personality which shows that this person is having this personality. He is different from other person, or he or she is totally different. See, everyone doesn't have the same personality. Everyone is not identified with the same character, same behavior, but each one differs. So that is what they say. That is the personality. So actually this word personality is derived from the Greek word, that is persona, which means mask. Mask. See, mask itself, when we say, that is covering ourselves. So the human body is covered with different character, behavior, attitude, styles, etc., etc. So that is why this Greek people have mentioned this personality as a mask. In ancient days, the Greek artists used to appear on the stage by wearing the mask. So they used to wear the mask, they used to wear different character types of mask, and they used to act on the stage. That is why they called this mask as a personality. So different people have given different definition. So I have given you two definitions here. That is, one is Linton defines personality is a collection of a person's experience, emotions and practice, etc. And Guilford defines that personality is nothing but a special qualities of a person. So different people have different perception related to this personality. I have just given you the two definitions. Now I will be explaining more in the next slides about the factors which is affecting the personality. When we see the concepts of personality, there are numerous factors which influence the personality. It can be the heredity. Example, we can say that a few people say, have you heard about people saying like father like son? He is same like his father. He says she's same like his mother or father. He acts like his grandfather. Same qualities he possesses, like anger, helping nature, etc., etc. This is one of the factors which influence the personality, like following the great grandfathers or following some relatives characters and following them also influence the personality. That also says that this person belongs to this particular family or this particular persons. And the structure of the body, example, if we take the color, height, weight, style, features, all this also indicates the personality. Example, if you have seen the Chinese, Japanese, Americans, Indians, Negroes, etc., By seeing the structure of the body, color, and their height, we can easily identify to which country they belong to which state they belong to, and this easily identifies their geographical factors also. And one more, the food habits. So I hope you all are aware of food habits very well. Everyone is foodie and we like food. So even when the food is available, do everyone go and eat the same food? Do every family follow the same routine breakfast, routine lunch and dinner? No. Each people's food habit also changes. For example, people from rural places and people from urban places, when we compare this rural and urban people who are staying, their food habit is totally different. So people from different states, people from different countries also have different food habits. Example, you and me, if we don't have the same food habit, isn't it? So your food habit is totally different from my food habit. And if it comes to, and when we comes to the environment, that is the family environment, the brought ups, example, single family or nuclear family and joint family, when we compare the kids of a single family and the nuclear family, their brought up is totally different. Their attitude and behavior is totally different. If you observe the people from rural and urban, their character, their behavior, their dressing sense, their talk, their communications, everything is totally different. That also is one of the reasons of that also is one of the reasons that influence the personality. And the economic condition is too matters. That is changes in it also matters in changes of personality. Example, if we take the rich, poor, middle class and upper middle class, their attitude and behavior is different, isn't it? Now coming to the culture plays a vital role in individual behaviors. Different culture, different styles of living, different passions, social, economic, media, all this replicates the personality. When we talk about the media, now, the youngsters nowadays, the youngsters are very much attached to the FB, Twitters, Instagrams, etc. This media increases and leads to anxiety, depressions, stress in adolescence, isn't it? Many are obsessed with the constant updating and sharing in order to gain more likes and popularity among friends. So that is what we do. No, what we do is we keep uploading, we keep taking more and more pics, we keep uploading the photos in the FB, Twitters, Instagrams. When we do that, what is that next thing we do is we just uh, see that whether how many people have liked, how many people have seen my photos, how many have liked. So if people like, we are happy. If people don't like, what we do is we get depressed. So the same way, not getting the expected friends, that is causes a low self-esteem. Some people will be watching that, when they see that, and when more likes or not, they get depressed, isn't it? So that is called as the low self-esteem. And sometimes also very good updation will be there. We can also get good knowledge in FB, Twitters. We get more updation, news, and in Instagrams we get exposures, and this gives us popularity, identifications, and it also gives happiness to the youngsters, and this makes them to increase the high self-esteem. That means what I say is this media is one of the factor which influence the personality. It may develop your personality to the low self-esteem or to the high self-esteem. And next, coming to the educational environment. So under educational environment, learning also have an impact on personality development. That is, for example, students studying in central school and state board, if you have compared these two category students, example Bemmel school and the central school, you can see the difference between the state board as well as the central board. So see, the central school students have little bit of attitude. That is what we have found. They are very brave, courageous, attitude, very bold and good communication, and they also learn multilinguistic languages. Whereas in the state board, they are very concerned. Students are focused on studies. They are not more exposed. Like what they do is they always try to score very good marks, and they always go in a uniform, and they never get mingled much. But I'm not saying everyone. Most of them I've seen, including my daughters. Like one daughter was from central and the other daughter was from state. I can see the difference. Like one, she was very omni. I can say that very quiet, self-made, and she doesn't like to mingle with people. She always focuses on studies. And the other one was very, very attitude. Like she had attitude. She was participating in all the games, sports, dance, everything, and she was very bold also. And she was very good in communication, and she was tackling everyone. She was talking to everyone. She had a very good exposure. So this is also matters, this educational environment, in which environment we are growing up, that is also very, very important, the learnings. So even that uh, learning also plays a vital role, because example, I can say that the residential school students and the board students, state board students, if you take the difference, like this residential school students, even the kids, even the kindergarten kids will speak very good communication in English, whereas the students from government college or from private schools, they won't even be able to speak English. Like what will happen is only when they go higher classes they will slowly start studying. So we can see that changes of attitude and communication skill, their behavior, style, everything, their personality based on the education, where in which environment they are getting the education, and what sort of knowledge. So for example, I can give you one example. Like I learned from my daughter that what is smart classes, because when I was studying in my school or college, I didn't know what is smart class, what is how to teach students in a better way than chalk and talk. So my daughter thought me that she was learning a online class, that is the smart class. So that is how the environment changes. Like what we don't know, we can learn from the youngsters too. So it goes on like that. So the political atmosphere, when it comes to the political atmosphere and emotional status and psychological factors, all this are one of the factors which influence the personality. So coming to the concept of personality, I think you would have understood better. By this we come to know that all are not same, everyone is different from each other. All the above mentioned factors are the influencing the individual personality. Hope it is clear to you all. I just gave you all this, all a very simple example which we come across in our daily life. Now let us know how to develop self-awareness. If a person want to be a self-aware person, he should understand the emotions and trust the intuition, which means to be more confident in decision makings, to know the strength and weakness of the individual, to be aware of the personalities, values, interest and skills like idea, decision making, creativity, leadership qualities, their interest, hobbies, communication skills, analytical skills, and so on. Therefore, self-awareness happens through reflections. So, if a person develops self-awareness, they will be able to make changes in their thoughts and interpretation that happens in mind. That means changing the interpretation in person's mind allows that person to get change in the emotions. Self-awareness is one of the attributes of emotional intelligence, and it is one of the important factors in achieving the success. Self-awareness is about understanding an individual's own needs, desires, feelings, habits, and everything else that makes them right. The more an individual knows about himself or herself, the better he or she will adopt the life changes that suits the needs of the life. Well, the next slide is about the key areas of self-awareness. Now, self-awareness itself tells that there are few key areas that has to be followed by the individuals. As we all know, human beings are very complex and diverse. They are not same. Each and every personality development changes. Each and every one is different from each. So to become more self-aware, one should develop and understand oneself in many areas. That is the key areas of self-awareness. That includes the personality traits, personal values, habits, emotions, and psychological needs. Now let me explain you each and everything in detail. The first one is the personality traits. Personality trait is nothing but an individual behavior towards others, their attitudes, their characters, their mindset, which makes their personality. Here the personality development guides the individual as and how he or she can develop his or her personality. These personality traits are broadly classified into 5 parameters which describes an individual personally. It is also called as 5-factor models. What it is called? It is called as a 5-factor models. The first one is the openness to experience. The second one is the consistencies. The third one is an extroversion and introversions. And the fourth one is agreeableness. And the fifth one is neuroticism. So I will just tell you what exactly the openness to experience means. So when a people or an individual with openness, that is open mind, if he is having the open mind, generally they are very active, and those people, they always listen to their heart, and they are very creative and aesthetic means people with set of principles. So when they are aesthetic, such people generally open to new learnings, and they are very broad minded and modern. So such people are very much attracted to the people. And the second thing is consistencies. As the name itself suggests, that such individuals are extremely cautious and self-disciplined. They think twice before doing things. They act according to their thinking. They are also known as perfectionist. They are very perfect, gentle persons. They are goal setters. They are also known as self-disciplined and proactive persons. And the third one is extroversions and introversions. The extroversions persons are those who show more concerns towards what is happening outside. Outside means they always focus on the society. They always go out of their family bond. Such people are very interactive with the people, and they are very talkative. They don't like to spend time alone. These are the people, they will never be alone. They always like to spend more time with the friends and outside the house. They always like to be the center of attraction. They always love to go out partying, meeting people, and have fun. So they are called as extroversion person. And the introversions are, they are concerned with their own life and nothing else. They always think about themselves. They don't bother others. They prefer to stay at home, and they speak less and enjoy their own company. They will not mingle with other people, and they like to be at home, and they don't like to come out of the house and mingle with more people. And you can never see them in marketplaces or clubs or parties or any social gathering. They will not have many friends, and they rely on only few trusted ones. So they are called as introversion persons. The next one is agreeableness. This is also one of the personality trait. It means individual who adjust themselves in all situations. They agree, they accept, and they adjust to all the situations. They are friendly and kind-hearted people, and they are ready to help others. They are called as agreeable person. And the last one is neuroticism. Neuroticism is a trait which individuals provoked or to be negative thoughts. They always think in the other side, the darker side of the life, and they are always in anger mood or very anxiety envy, guilty, and so on. Such individuals are on depressions and they don't enjoy the life. They always look for negative side of life. This is called as personality traits. The second one is the personal values. The personal values are the things that are important to us. That is the characteristics and behaviors that motivate us and guides our decision. For example, maybe an individual value or person are very honesty and believe in being honesty. Whenever he thinks it's important to say what he really thinks, suppose he doesn't speak, his mind probably feels disappointed. That is called as the personal value. Everyone has his own personal value. Some people are competitive while other are very value cooperative, or some value adventures, or some are prefer to be very secured. So that is personal values. So habits. Now daily habits reveals your personality. That is your body language or walking style, your handshake, eating habits, then we can say that email writing styles, your punctuality, all that is the habits. Then psychological needs. There are variety of psychological needs that derive an individual behavior, such as needs for esteem. Esteem means respect and admiration. Then affection, belongingness, achievements, self-actualization, power and control. Therefore, need causes motivation. When they are not satisfied, this needs can cause a frustration, conflicts and stress. The last is the emotions. So I should have told you all emotions and then gone for psychological needs. I'm sorry, I just explained about psychological needs and coming to the emotions. Now emotions is nothing but understanding one's feeling, what causes them and how they impact the thoughts and actions of an individual. In emotional self-awareness, if for example, if a person with high emotion or self-awareness with high experience, they can have a greater control over themselves. If the person have a less emotional self-awareness, then they cannot control their emotions. These are the key areas of self-awareness. Once again I repeat, the key areas of self-awareness is personality traits. In personality traits we have the five factors, and the second one is the personal values, habits, emotions and psychological needs. After discussing the key areas of self-awareness, let us also know the practical tool of self-awareness. The practical tool of self-awareness has 6 points to be discussed. That is, that the individual should not follow, that an individual must stop reacting to the emotional reactions, he or she should change the core beliefs, they have to quit criticizing themselves and have good communication with all and maintain respects in his relationship and should create love and happiness in life. So let me brief out you what exactly it is. An individual must stop reacting to the emotional reaction. That means this is one of the first tool to be self-aware. That is, the individual should stop reacting to the emotional reactions at all times and every times. By doing this, he or she will hide all other emotions and not be aware of it. And the second one is should change core belief. That is, sometimes if it is necessary for an individual to change his beliefs according to the circumstances, he or she should change. If they don't change, it will be difficult for them to come up in the life. Then quit criticizing. If an individual always criticizes himself or herself, for example, I can't do, I cannot do, I am not good looking, I am not the right person, I am bad in singing, I look ugly, etc. Therefore, the person should stop criticizing about things and try to find alternative things to come up from their negative things. Then to have good communications. So some people will not be aware of themselves. So good communication helps that people to be around with others and it helps them to get to know the true characteristics of oneself. An individual must have good relationship with all people around. This will enable them to build good relationship along with the respects. Then practical tool of self-awareness. That is, one should create love and happiness in life. An individual should spread love and happiness. Only then people will start liking them and develop good relationship. Now, in which step have you reached today? After watching and listening to the session, which step you individually have reached? Please note down in your book as an assignment. Dear students, I am extremely sorry. As of today, I am unable to discuss the personality and mental ability test answer. I have forwarded the key point answers to you all. I will discuss in detail in my next video. Those students who have not made an attempt to answer the questions, please do watch the first video and find your personality, try it, your score and where you stand and what changes has to be done. So please don't forget to pick your answers, and thank you for spending your valuable time. Any queries or issues,